I just got a
All
new
right.
report. Fort Worth is their reporting.
Good afternoon,
Uh,
everybody. This is a
I just
USA
got 4 inches in Fort
Severe
Worth
Weather
at the
Network.
moment.
We're tracking the potential of winter weather today with this winter storm. We got forecaster Isaac Schaff with you, USA forecaster Isaac Schaff, and forecaster Jonathan from Planet Star with us today to track this winter storm. So I'll probably turn it over to Jonathan today because he got reports for us.
All right. So, Jonathan, remind us again what you're seeing right now. I know the snow, the rain has changed to snow for you. Again, how are things in the Metroplex right now?
Well, one just
Lost
came
him.
in. Fort Worth is 4 inches, and update the new radar scan came out, and it seems like it is now all snow.
Okay. So here's another thing I'm going to put out to everybody. If you don't have to
Well,
travel in this
I'm on the
event
Fort Worth
tonight or
side,
today, be
so
careful.
at the moment we're getting the heaviest snow. Fort Worth heavier snow than Dallas, and I just checked outside. It's all snow. But it started this morning. It started as a mixture, but now it's all snow, and we got a heavier band when I was checking because the snow was getting heavier around here. And we're looking at this radar. Now I have my own radar over here, and the update. The I'm gonna tell you, I was gonna touch on that because I was just doing coverage beforehand, and on we have our traffic maps, and the traffic is at a standstill on 20 because people are coming from Abilene into the Metroplex. They're choosing to still do it. Traffic is at a standstill because of all the snow Abilene had this morning, and it's still actually the skin. It looks like from the latest scans, it's all counties. It's all snow now. That's in the latest thing. No more mix. And this was expected. Everything was going to change to snow this afternoon. The temperatures are dropping. This is DFW, they're at 33. So
Sorry about
that's
that.
the airport, by the way. They're at 33 right now. So I'm telling you, the system is it's a big system. We haven't seen this much snow. Seen a good inch of snow since March of 2015.
It's a lot of snow, Isaac, in it. dropping. That's a lot of snow. Mute.
Oh, okay. Do excuse the delay there. I think my
It's
mic got
okay.
muted.
It's like Jonathan's gone.
Oh, okay. So yes, I will point out. That again, parts of I-20. There's patches of snow, especially points from Eastland to Abilene, points north, and you can see a lot of these secondary roadways are discouraging travel. I will point out, as I pointed out earlier, it'll take a lot longer, especially these rural roadways, for anyone to for snow removal crews to be able to reach your area, and we'll get to that here in a moment. We got Jonathan back with us, so yeah, we can see a lot of these rural roadways. Texas Department of Transportation. And everything it does they're mostly discouraging travel, especially on these secondary and tertiary roadways. And then we have a road closure here. Some of these more rural roadways do appear closed. There's been a couple of accidents being reported. This one being reported to the Texas Department. Yeah. So I mean, definitely take it slow, even on primary roadways, like slippery conditions, even on the interstate. So something to be mindful of. What else we seen,
Yeah, you
Jonathan?
just gotta be careful today. If you have to be out today, be very careful.
Yes, right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, what are you seeing now, Jonathan?
Yes, you got to be careful because Dallas, but that's where they set up in Fort Worth, Dallas, down to Cleburne, down to Waco, and that's where we're getting heavier snow at the moment right now.
Yep, you can see most of the temperatures around Dallas, and like they're hovering right around freezing, and a lot of this is changing to snow as that inversion profile kind of weakens there. So much of Dallas, and especially points west, they're closer to freezing. This is where a lot of the snow is sticking. So again, as we shown earlier,
Right.
again, from Cisco to Weatherford to Abilene, obviously points west towards
Eastland.
Sweetwater.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Texas Department of Transportation is reporting partial to full snow and ice cover. And obviously, a couple of accident reports along even I-20, and then
Okay.
I pulled up drivetexas.org here, and I'm looking at some of these secondary roadways like United States Highway 180, United States Highway 277, and some of these state highways.
All right, we just got a report, Isaac, on this road here near 34 in the side is showing about 5.5 inches down here in Lipburg, bug Texas, just showing about 5.5 inches of snow. That's a lot, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, all of that
this
in
is,
Benton, Collins,
yeah, I will point out that a lot of this snow has
Second, so I
fallen.
just
Grayson.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh, looks like we lost Jonathan there, but yeah, I will point out a lot of this snow has fallen in a moderate span of time there. So I mean, some of these areas are reporting partial to full snow cover, and then again these secondary roadways, these state highways, we've been seeing reports that there's heavy snow accumulation, and where it looks like I've been seeing a couple things on here saying that there's full snow cover and travel has been discouraged, especially in some of those rural roadways that may be near impassable in some
well, I
areas.
mean, well, like I always say, and I always use what my meteorologist says on TV. You can make it if you just slow down, use your headlights, and use some common sense. If there's a big snowdrift, do not go through it.
Right, right. And again,
And
I don't know how strong the winds are, but looking at what I'm seeing here, yeah, I mean, we have.
any report the power outages?
We'll get to that soon. Doesn't really look like. Well, I mean, the most of this, what we're concerned about is the snow,
Heavy
not
rainfall
necessarily the
in
wind.
6 inches has been measured over here. I mean, this is probably snow melted, or it just tells me this is over here. And look, Texas showing storm totals of snow over 6 inches.
Right, right. So again, looks like the wind's not much of a concern, but I will point out that
Good.
the winds at times have been gusting to over 20 miles an hour in some areas, some localities, and even just with the snow and the humidity that's in place with this. I mean, the visibilities have been down to half a mile in some locations, a lot of areas around a mile below that. And what I'm seeing here, just according to Power Outage US, out of 12 million customers around there that are tracked, 23,000 are out. Most of this would be in Bosque County, Erath County, and Coryell County. So I mean, these are mostly rural areas west of Dallas. Could be a variety of weather-related purposes here. But yes, out of 7,000 people, about I mean, 30% of people within that county have been are without power. And again, these are mostly areas that I would suppose are rural. Maybe a feeder line is down in one of these areas. But yeah, we'll see how that is trended. Not every customer in the county is tracked, but I mean, there are many like rural electric cooperatives that may not be reporting information on there too. So I mean, not everything I'm seeing on PowerOutage.us is 100% up to date. But I will point out that again, the winds, alongside the wind issue, I mean, it's mostly calm, but some areas are reporting gusts 15 to 20 miles an hour in some areas. So I mean, we're not mostly concerned about power outages with this, but like snow
we're not really.
on elevated paved surfaces, some secondary to tertiary roadways are definitely hazardous. I mean, we've had a couple of accidents on I-20 west of Fort Worth and Dallas. I mean, snow has been beginning to accumulate across parts of the Metroplex. So again, just a lot of those.
I got one old report coming in here of sleet. Snow and sleet accumulating. This is the old report down here, and that's still going to make things slick. I don't think this is going to shut everybody down, but 2 inches has been measured. This is from social media.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been looking at some of the model trends. So that's what we have. So I'm gonna get my screen shared again. I do appreciate that. So obviously, that's been a concern across most of these areas, and I've been looking at how this data has, or how some of this is a regional model that kind of goes out a couple of days, and this is projected snow that may occur to tomorrow evening, or that's Tuesday 1/12. So that's some time. So yeah, I mean, we can see how the heaviest snows have were were initially projected from areas just south of Dallas to Lubbock and Abilene. Now that has trended a little ways further east. Just given what this is just one of the models, and heading into headed late Monday into Tuesday, looks like sections of the Tennessee Valley towards northern Louisiana, parts of Mississippi, may expect a couple of inches of snow as well. And then I will point
Okay.
out that a lot of these rural areas, uh, you won't find the roads would be treated as efficiently as some of these areas around heavily populated areas. You can see a lot of these areas are more spread out, and sometimes the whole county has jurisdiction over a lot of the rural areas, so it'll be harder to get the roadways treated in time in some of these areas. So, I mean, obviously, partial snow cover would probably be an issue in this. So, I mean, a couple of inches. I mean, mostly talking like 1 to 3 inches. Confidence layers, medium, that will exceed maybe 3 to 5. And like we're not expecting a widespread snow issue uh, into western parts of Mississippi, but they will likely pick up a couple inches. That'll probably be enough to uh, make travel hazardous in some of these areas. These are areas that don't usually pick up this amount of snow. I mean,
Yeah, that's
this
the
is a
problem.
upper level wave of energy that normally you'd see ejecting out of the Arctic Circle. I mean, I'm going to look at
All
the
right, just
upper.
got a report for you. Okay, in
Yeah.
Hampton down here in Hampton County, Texas, there's a law enforcement's reported snow reported in Hampton County. 4 inches has been reported in Hampton County. Also at 12:30, still falling. Law enforcement's reported roads are becoming slick.
All right. Good to know. Yeah, you can see how this wave has progressed. I mean, this enforcement. See this narrow troughing that's in place, and then see how those upper level winds are advecting further aloft. So I mean, oh, there's a big swath of colder air on the backside. So I mean, a lot of these winds have been from the poles further aloft. So I mean, this is the 500 millibar map there, and you can see how there's some moisture in and around this particular area. A lot of this is Gulf moisture, if I presume right. So again, that's bringing us, and then obviously on the backside where there's much colder air that's uh, hovering a lot of this area at the ground near freezing there. Um, oh yeah, that's
Weather spot report in Williamson County, Texas. 1.3 of snow reported in 1.3 miles west of McDeal Doctor uh, Plummer Lane in the Austin area.
yeah, sure. You can see how. Oh yeah, that was a pretty intense upper level low, and then there's that next wave that's in there. I'm going to go to a 3-day loop just to narrow this down. But I mean, this is something that I like to look at. You can see how there's how this strong wave from the Pacific really dove down into Texas there, and then there's that ridging in place ahead of that that's advecting that moisture that's in place, and then that shot of poleward um, or a wind from the poles down in there. So I mean, a lot of the so a lot of Mediterranean flow that's in place, meridional flow that's in place here, and we're going to be watching the upper level. You can see how there's more of a gradient here at the upper level heights. So I mean that's a sign that there's more active. The jet stream's more active. So I mean, and obviously it's more zonal here. Meridional flow is probably going to be an issue here with the jet stream. So I mean that's likely going to affect with the ongoing La Nina concerns. I think conditions are going to be fairly active across much of the middle and western parts of the country here. It bears watching here, just the overall weather patterns over the
Yeah.
next couple of weeks. But again, just this burst of energy out of the Pacific there, and then just interacting with this stronger ridging that's in place further ahead. I mean, that's a good. It'll tap in. This trough's going to tap into quite a bit of moisture profile. So I mean that's sufficient for this snow event that'll be in place from much of western to central north Texas into much of northern Louisiana into Mississippi, something to watch out for pretty closely. And then with this ridging that's in place, maybe an isolated storm or two along the leading edge of that across the parts of the Gulf Coast too. Obviously not expecting any severe issues pending, how things are trending at the surface here. But again, I will point out that, we do have sufficient moisture profiles to suggest a decent couple inches of snow that you would see more occasionally across parts of the South. Not really something that you would normally see every day, for sure. I mean, so again, definitely want to be careful out there if with this accumulating snow. And we have heavy snow reported. It looks like a heavy snow shower in parts of Fort Worth, and that's beginning to stick more than likely with the surface temperature surface temperature profile that's there. So something that definitely bears watching. What else we got going on there, JD?
I think so too. Well, just looking at all some other things, I think there's one report up here of snow over 2 inches here, some places, and just 1.5. Right. I mean, this doesn't look like a major winter storm that is going to shut everybody's road down, but you definitely need to be aware that there's going to be some slick spots. Mainly after dark, there's going to be some slick spots out there that can make roads very slick, right?
Yeah, right. Definitely, especially how things are trending near freezing. We're mostly concerned about the, slippery road conditions, hazardous conditions, especially persisting for more secondary and tertiary roadways in rural areas, something to be mindful of. And then obviously the temperatures will fall back into the teens and 20s tonight. So again, it'll take some.
Jonathan's got a report on here on my phone saying, in the fort right now where he lives at, he's getting heavy snow.
Yes, right. Again, I will point out that again,
you want to use common sense.
Yeah, again, with the temperatures hovering near freezing, we'll continue to see some snowfall continuing to stick throughout the day here, and then obviously tapping into additional Gulf moisture. We'll be seeing the snow threat increase for points into eastern Texas, northern Louisiana, parts of Mississippi as well, heading into into Monday as well. So again, if you have travel plans, you're going to want to be careful. Watch the road conditions, watch the forecast, watch for snow plows, and alter travel plans as needed. We will continue to provide updates through the group, and yeah, just feel free to refer to drivetexas.org for road conditions across Texas. Also call 511 in your state for if you need travel information. And again, expect some areas to see partial to maybe full snow cover in some areas. So it definitely take it slow, and again, allow extra time to reach your destination due to the low visibility and accumulating snow. Again, we'll be watching this threat as we go throughout the course of today into tomorrow. And we do appreciate everyone joining our feed here. This has been our winter weather update for January 10th. We will see